Hello, this is Yashveen. In this video, I'll be solving paper 2, variant 2, February-March 2019, 0580 mathematics. Starting with question number 1, the temperature at 7 is negative 3 degrees Celsius. This temperature is 11 degrees Celsius higher than the temperature at 1. Find the temperature at 1. The temperature at 1 is So the temperature at 1 is 11 degrees lower than negative 3, which means the temperature is going to be negative 3 minus 11, and that is equal to minus 14. 2. Jody swims 22 lengths of a swimming pool to raise money for charity. She receives $15 for each length she swims. Calculate how much money Judy raises for charity. So that is going to be $15 times 22, which is the number of lengths that she swims, and that is $330. 3. Write the recurring decimal 0.23 as a fraction. So this fraction is going to be, suppose x is equal to 0.2323 and 23, and so it goes on and on. Now multiplying this with this whole equation with 100 gives 100x is equal to 23.2323 and 23. So I want you to write the number of 2 3's. Like over here I've written 3 sets of 2 3, and that should be equal to the number of 2 3's that you write over here. It can either be 1 or 2 or 3 or however many you want to. And then we subtract this second equation from the first one. Well, actually we subtract the first equation from the second one, and that leaves the answer as 99x is equal to 23. So x over here is going to be equal to 23 divided by 99. For A, write 0.046875 correct to two significant figures. So you round out the second number, but which is 6 over here, and we'll round it to 7 because the next number is above 5. We're not going to be writing these numbers since this is a decimal number, so writing 0.047 is going to be enough. B, write 2,760,000 in standard form. Alright, so we have 2.76 into 10 to the power of, so here we have 3 zeros and then once again 3 figures. So we're shifting the decimal point over here to 6 places, so that is 10 to the power of 6. 5. A tourist changes $500 to euros when the exchange rate is 1 euro is equal to $1.0697. Calculate how many euros he receives. Alright, so we have $500 over here, and we want to know how many euros he does receive over here. So we'll multiply again, and that means 500 is equal to 1.0697x. So x is equal to 500 divided by 1.0697. So the answer over here is going to be 467 rounded to 3 significant figures. 6. The probability that a sweet made in a factory is the wrong shape is 0.0028. One day the factory makes 25,000 sweets. Calculate the number of sweets that are expected to be the wrong shape. Alright, so we'd have 0.0028 of 25,000 sweets in the wrong shape, and that is equal to 70 sweets. 7. The bearing of Alexandria from Paris is 128 degrees. Calculate the bearing of Paris from Alexandria. Right, so let's suppose this point over here is Paris and this one over here is Alexandria. So calculating the boundaries always starts from the north point. This is basically the north region, so you start doing it clockwise, and this is the bearing of Alexandria from Paris, which is 128 degrees, and the bearing of Paris from Alexandria would be starting from north going clockwise all the way to this line, and this is the bearing we're supposed to be calculating over here. To calculate this, we need to have this angle over here. Since this angle is interior angle with this one, so the answer of x, suppose over here, is going to be 180 degrees minus 128, which is 52. So the bearing of Paris from Alexandria is 360 minus 52, and that is 308 degrees. 8. O is the origin. OA is equal to 2x plus 3y and BA is equal to x minus 4y. Find the position vector of P in terms of x and y in its simplest form. Alright, so I'm going to be drawing a diagram just for my convenience. You don't have to do this. So let's suppose O over here followed by A and B. So OA is 2x plus 3y. BA is equal to x minus 4y. So unknown over here is position vector of P, that is to say OB. So I'll go from OB is equal to OA plus AB. OA is going to remain the same since we have the same direction, and that is equal to 2x plus 3y plus AB. So we had BA given in the question. That would mean AB would have the same answer, but reverse, the negative signs would become positive and positive sign would become negative. So we have plus 4y minus x, and that is going to be x plus 7y, which is the answer over here. 9. Y is directly proportional to x minus 4 when x is equal to 16 and y is equal to 3. Find y in terms of x. Alright, so y is directly proportional to x minus 4. Now I'll substitute the values given in the question. So we have y as 3 with the constant value 16 minus 4. So 16 minus 4 is equal to 12. That means 3 is equal to 12k. And k is equal to 3 divided by 12, which is 1 by 4. Now y is equal to 1 by 4 multiplied by, so I'll substitute the value of k over here, which we have found here in the question, as in substituting the values as 1.4 multiplied by x minus 4. Then calculate the total surface area of the cuboid. Right, so this cuboid has 6 faces, and that is to say 3 sets of 2 identical faces, and that means for each rectangle we'll have to multiply the area of each rectangle with 2, since there are 2 of each rectangles in this figure. So first we'll start with 12 into 7.5 over here. This is the length and this is the height of this triangle which I'm starting with. Next one is going to be this one, which is 5 into 7.5, and the third one is at the top and the bottom, which is equal to 12 into 5. Now I'll multiply the sum of all of these products with 2, since we have 2 faces of each rectangle over here, and that is equal to 375 centimeters square. The number of passengers on a train increases from 63 to 77. Calculate the percentage increase. So you calculate the difference, divide by the initial value, and multiply it by 100, which leaves with the percentage increase as 22.2. 12. A cone with height 14.8 cm has volume 275 centimeters cube. Calculate the radius of the cone. So we have, I'll substitute with the values in the formula. So we have 275 is equal to a third by r square, which is unknown, into height, which is 14.8. So I'll shift these values over here. So 1 by 3 multiplied by pi over here will become 275 into 3, and pi and 14.8, which are multiplying with radius over here, will become divided by, and r is going to be the square root of this calculation, which is going to be equal to 4.21. 13. Factorize 7k square minus 15k. So we take out the common value over here, which is k, and that is left with 7k minus 15. B. 12 into m plus p plus 8 into m plus p square. Alright, Alright, so here I'll be opening up the brackets, which is 12m plus 12p, multiplying them, plus 8m square plus 8p square. Now over here, the only value which all of them have in common is 4. So I'll take 4 out of the bracket and factorize them. So that is equal to 3m plus 3p plus 2m square plus 2p square. Right now, what I'll do is we have 3m and 2m square over here. So I'll further factorize this part. This is going to be m out of the bracket since that is the common value over here. 3 plus 2m. Similarly, over here we have 3p plus 2p square. So I'll take p out of the bracket and factorize 3 plus 2p. Alright, so we have m plus p as one of the brackets multiplied by 3 plus 2m multiplied by 3 plus 2p, and all of this multiplied by 4. So 3 over here is common. We need to converge 2m with 2p, which would be equal to m plus p multiplied by 3 plus 2m plus 2p, and everything multiplied by 4. And this is the answer. 14. Eric invests an amount in a bank that pays compound interest at a rate of 2.16% per year. At the end of 5 years, the value of his investment is 6,999.31. Calculate the amount that Eric invests. So we have the formula of compound interest as the principal multiplied by 1 plus rate divided by 100 times the time. So over here we need to calculate the amount that he invests, that is the principal over here. So compound interest, rate and time are given. Compound interest at the result is 6,999.31 is equal to P times 1 plus R over 100 times 5. So P over here is going to be equal to 6,999.31 divided by 1 plus 2.16 over 100 to the power of 5. And so P is going to be equal to $6,290. Question number 15. A, B, and C are points on the circle center O. A, B, and OC intersect at P. Find the value of W. Alright. So first off, I'll start by calculating this angle over here, which is a part of the triangle OPA. So angle OPA is equal to 180 minus 104 plus 21, because this is the formula of calculating angle in a triangle, and that leaves with 55 degrees. So this angle over here, OPA, is going to be equal to BPC because they are vertically opposite angles, which means this angle over here is 55 degrees. Now angle PBC is going to be 104 divided by 2, since angle at a circumference is half as the angle at the center, and that is equal to 52 degrees. And now we need to calculate W, which is going to be equal to 180 minus 52 plus 55, because they are sum of a triangle, and that is equal to 73 degrees. 16. By drawing a suitable tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve at the point P. Right, so here I've got my ruler, and once again, placing the ruler, you should be placing the ruler outside of the graph, this way and not this way, because this way is going to be giving more accurate answers. Alright, so here I have my tangent. So this point, I'm going to be taking this point over here, which is 1 on x and 1.5 on y. And the second coordinate I'm taking will be 2 on x, 1 on y, which is point P. Now I'll calculate the gradient, which is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which is equal to negative 0.5. 17a. Find the value of n when 5n is equal to 1 over 125. Right, so first off we need to write 125 in the form of 5 raised to the power of something, and to do that you can write it as in your calculator. You can do log 5 of 125, and that gives the answer as 3, which means 5 raised to the power of 3 is equal to 125. So instead of writing 1 over 25, you can write alright, so first I'll write 1 over 5 to the power of 3, which is equal to 5 to the power of negative 3. So n is equal to negative 3. B. Simplify 64 over m cube to the power of negative 1 by 3. Alright, so I'll get the reciprocal of this fraction, which is going to be m cube over 64, and making the reciprocal gives the values as, turns this negative into positive. So multiplying 3 with 1 by 3 gives the answer as m to the power of 1, and 64 raised to the power of 1 by 3 is equal to 4. And so the answer is m over 4. Question number 18. A pipe is full of water. The cross section of the pipe is a circle, radius 2.6 centimeters. Water flows through the pipe into a tank at a speed of 12 centimeters per second. Calculate the number of liters that flows into the tank in an hour. Right, so this speed over here, 12 centimeters per second, gives the height of the cylinder, which is the tank. So we have the radius as 2.6 and the height as 12 centimeters. Now we need to calculate the volume over here given in liters. I'll start by calculating the volume in centimeters and then converting it to liters. So volume of a cylinder is equal to the area of cross section, which is circle, so pi r square multiplied by the height h. So we have pi into r squared into the height, and so the volume is equal to 254.8, but that's just the amount of water which flows in, per second. But we need to know the amount of water which flows in an hour, which means 3600 seconds. So I'll multiply 254.8 into 3600, and that gives the answer as 917,455 centimeter cube. Since this is the volume, 1 centimeter cube is equal to 0.001 liters, and that should mean 917,455 divided by 0.001 will convert it to liters, and that is equal to 917 liters. 19. Simplify the fraction. So we take out the common value over here, which is b, open up the bracket, a minus b. A square minus b square is the identity, which has the vectors as a plus b and a minus b. So we cancel out the common values, and that gives us the answer as b divided by a plus b. Question number 20. A. Work out 2, negative 1, 4, 3 multiplied by 1, 6, negative 4, negative 5 and 4. So I just wanted to share a simple method over here. You can do this by the 7 method. The 7 method basically means multiplying the first row of the first bracket multiplied by the first column of the second bracket. It's sort of like the shape of the 7. So you have a horizontal line and then the vertical line, just so that you can remember it easily. So we multiply 2 and negative 1 with 1 and negative 5. So 2 ones are 2, negative 1 and negative 5 is positive 5. We add them. Then we have 2 6 are 12 plus 4 ones are 4. But since 4 and negative 1 give us negative 4, so we'll subtract it over here. Similarly, 4 ones are 4 and 3 into negative 15 is negative, sorry, 3 into negative 5 is negative 15. 4 6 are 24 plus 3 4s are 12. So this gives the answer as 7, 8, negative 11, and 36. Right, find the value of x when the determinant of 3, negative 1, negative 7, and x is 5. So determinant means AD minus BC. So this is A, B, C, and D. And that means AD, that is 3x minus B into C, which is 7, is equal to 5. Which means 3x is equal to 5 plus 7, which is equal to 12. And so x is equal to 12 divided by 3, which is equal to 4. Question number 21. Without using a calculator, work out 3 1 by 2 divided by 5 over 12. You must show all your working and give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. Right, so I'll first start by converting this mixed fraction into an improper fraction, and that means 8 into 3, which is 24 plus 1, and that is going to be 25 by 8 divided by 5 divided by 12. So I'll convert the division sign into multiplication sign, which gives the second fraction in its reciprocal form. So 25 into 12. We're going to have to show the calculation over here. 2 5s are 10, 2 2s are 4, plus 1 is 5. 1 5s are 5, 1 2s are 2. So we have 0, 5 plus 5, 10, 3, 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have 300 over 8 into 5, which is equal to 40. We cancel the zeros over here, and that leaves with 30 divided by 4. So 4 7s are 28, remainder is 2. So we have the improper fraction as 7 2 by 4. 2 1s are 2 and 2 2s are 4, which is equal to 1 by 2. So we have the answer as 7 1 by 2 as the final answer. 22a. The speed time graph shows the first 50 seconds of a journey. Calculate the acceleration during the first 15 seconds. So acceleration is equal to final velocity, which is 25, minus initial velocity, which is 0, divided by 15, that is the time taken, and that is equal to 1.67 meters per second. B, the distance traveled in the 50 seconds. Alright, so distance traveled is equal to area under the graph, and the area under the graph is trapezium. So area under the graph is trapezium over here. The area of trapezium is equal to half into sum of parallel sides. This side over here is 50 units long. However, this one is going to be 50 minus 15, that is 35. The difference between those sides is 25. So we have the formula as half into sum of parallel sides, that is 50 plus 35 multiplied by the difference between them, which is 25 over here, and that is equal to 162.5. I'm not rounding over here since this is the whole answer. 23. A is the point 2, 3 and B is the point 7, negative 5. A, find the coordinates of the midpoint A, B. So the formula of midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we have 2 plus 7 divided by 2 followed by 3, negative 5, which is the coordinate divided by 2. And that leaves with the answers as 4.5 and negative 1. B, find the equation of the line through A that is perpendicular to AB. Give your answer in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Alright, so the statement that equation through the line A, that means that the line is going through A, and that should mean the coordinates of A is one of the coordinates of the line which the question is asking about. Now we need to find, for this equation we need to find the gradient over here and also the constant. To know the gradient over here, we need to find the gradient of the previous line, and then using the formula of the perpendicular lines we can calculate the gradient of the second line. So the gradient of first line is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and that is equal to negative 1.6. and two lines which are perpendicular have the product of their gradients as -1. So that should mean m2, the gradient of the second line, is equal to -1 divided by -1 by 6. And so m2 is equal to 5 over 8. Now we need to find out c over here. I'll substitute the values of a, which is the coordinate of the second line, in this equation. So y is equal to m, which we have calculated just now, into x, which is 2, plus c. So 5 by 8 multiplied by 2 is equal to 3 is equal to 5 by 4 plus c. So c is going to be equal to 3 minus 5 by 4, which is equal to 7 by 4. This is the value of c over here, and we had m2 as 5 by 8. So y is equal to 5 by 8 x plus 7 by 4. Question number 24. Calculate ASR. So here I'm going to be using the sine function, which means SR divided by the opposite angle, which over here, this is the side SR, and it has the opposite angle as 53. So SR divided by sine 53 is equal to 7.4 divided by its opposite angle, which is sine 97. So SR is going to be equal to 7.4 into 53, sorry, sine 53 divided by sine 97. So SR over here is going to be equal to 5.95. BRQ. Alright, so here I'm going to be using the cosine formula, and that should mean RQ square is equal to the rest of the sides, which are PR and PQ. That is PR square plus PQ square minus 2 into the sides, which are PR into PQ, multiplied by cosine the included angle, which is 26 over here. And after substituting the values, we have RQ square is equal to 7.4 square plus 8.5 square minus 2 into 7.9 into 8.5 into cosine 26. So RQ over here is going to be equal to the root of 13.9, and that is equal to 3.73 centimeters. Alright, we are done with this paper. Thank you for watching.